You did it. You landed the promotion, you finally broke the 6-figure barrier, and you have the exact salary you were dreaming of back in your 20s. So why do you have less spending money than you did 5 years ago? Why does it feel like every single dollar of that raise was already spent before it even hit your account? I'm here to tell you that is not just a feeling, it's a mathematical reality. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the great lie of your 30s, that the income is actually yours. And I'm gonna show you the 3 steps you can take to take it back. I'm in my early 30s myself, so I'm definitely feeling this right now, right along with you. I'll talk about my personal journey with this and how I'm working on it. So when I hit 40, I know I'm gonna have my money right. And if this is something you're into, then hit the like and subscribe button and keep watching. If you feel like you're running faster just to stay in the same financial spot, you're not going crazy. This decade is what finance experts call the wealth building squeeze, or the messy middle. It's that jarring moment when your peak earning years slam directly into your peak responsibility years. You're making more money than ever, but for the first time, your expenses are growing even faster than your income. Even if you've been super diligent with the lifestyle creep, it's not your fault. Let's make this real. Imagine you were earning $80,000 and you just crushed it, landing a promotion with a $20,000 raise. You're at that coveted 6-figure salary. You start planning all the ways that extra money is going to change your life. But then the first new paycheck hits. You open your banking app and wait, is that a typo? Where did all that money go? First, your old friend, the tax man, takes a much bigger slice than you expected. It's not that your entire salary gets taxed at a higher rate, but the new dollars you earn are taxed at the highest marginal rate. After federal and state taxes are skimmed off the top, a huge chunk of that raise is gone before you even smell it. Then come the automatic payroll deductions. You probably increased your 401k contribution, a super smart move, but that shrinks your take-home pay. Maybe you added a spouse or a child to your health insurance and your monthly premium doubled or even tripled. So that hypothetical raise, after taxes and deductions, it might only feel like an extra $1,000 in your actual bank account. Hardly life-changing money when you have a family and a house to pay for. Truth is that extra grand doesn't stand a chance. That shrinking paycheck is only the beginning. The real issue is a set of new invisible expenses that materialize in your 30s. I call them the 3 invisible monsters that devour your income. First, and the most famous monster, is lifestyle inflation. This isn't just about buying a fancy sports car or designer handbags, it's about your entire definition of normal quietly shifting. In your 20s, a shared apartment, a beat-up car, and backpacking through hostels felt like freedom. In your 30s, a mortgage for a house in a good school district feels like a bare-bone necessity. And that's a killer because the average monthly mortgage payments in the US is now creeping well over $2,500 for new buyers, a figure that has shot up with home prices and interest rates. The starter home is no longer a cheap entry point. It is a massive financial anchor that can lock in a high level of expenses for the next 30 years or more. Suddenly, a huge chunk of your income isn't just spent, it's obligated. The second monster is what I call the responsibility tax. This isn't a government tax, it's the staggering financial cost of caring for others. The big one, children. In many parts of the country, the average price of childcare is over $13,000 per year per child. For many families, that costs more than their annual mortgage payment. If you have 2 kids in daycare, you could be looking at expense of over $28,000 a year. That $20,000 raise is gone, and now you're $8,000 in the hole before you even bought a single diaper. That tax also includes supporting aging parents, covering unexpected medical bills, or even just the never-ending vet bills for your pets. These aren't fun wants, they are essential new needs that have laid claim to your income. The third monster is the quietest, but it's just as deadly, the financial drag. This is the tax of complexity. As your life gets bigger, it gets more expensive to manage. You need more life insurance and disability insurance to protect your family, and that's a new monthly premium. Your property taxes go up. You might need an accountant for the first time, or a lawyer to finally draft a will, because now you have the assets and people to protect. Each of these is a small reoccurring cost, like 1,000 tiny leaks in your financial financial boat. Together, they create a constant drag that pulls your net worth down even as your salary goes up. If this is starting to sound a little too familiar, let me know in the comments. What has been the biggest surprise expense for you in your 30s? And while you're down there, if you're getting value from this, a quick tap on the like button really helps the channel reach more people who are feeling the exact same pressure. Okay, it's not all doom and gloom. Acknowledging the lie is the first step. You're not bad with money. The rules of the game just changed on you. The next step is to fight back. So here are 3 practical things that you need to do starting today. Step 1, treat your savings like a tax. Here's the biggest mindset shift you can possibly make. Stop thinking of savings as what's left over at the end of the month. You can't have it at the bottom of your budget, but turn that budget around and have it at the top. The very first expense. You need to treat your savings and investments as a non-negotiable tax you pay your future self first. The experts say you should be saving between 15 to 20% of your income in your 30s. But here's the key, you have to automate it. The day your paycheck hits, you should have automatic transfers set up to take that 15% out of sight. A portion of your 401k to get that company match, another to a Roth IRA for tax-free growth or backdoor Roth IRA, and the final piece to a high-yield savings account. When you do this, you're redefining your own income. Your income is no longer your gross salary. It's what's left after you've paid your future self. This simple change of processes makes saving inevitable instead of just an afterthought. It beats lifestyle inflation by taking the money off the table before you even have a chance to miss it. There's a lot to save for in this phase of life. There's retirement, college fund, family vacations, paying off the mortgage. The savings we're talking about here should be retirement savings first. Don't think about college savings until you are on track to retire with a solid amount of money, whatever that amount of money is for you personally. Also, mathematically, if your mortgage rate is below 6%, you will technically have a higher net worth if you keep investing in retirement and pay the minimum on your mortgage. After you've maxed out the retirement accounts and you have enough, that compound interest will grow it into an appropriate amount, and then you can start making those extra mortgage payments and opening a 529 for your kids' college fund. Step 2, conduct a ruthless expense audit and build a freedom fund. A budget just isn't going to be enough. You need to perform a full-scale audit of where your money is actually going. That old 50-30-20 rule, 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. Yeah, it tends to get thrown out in the windows in your 30s. Your needs category swells with a new mortgage and childcare, creeping up to 60 or 70% of your take-home pay. Your mission is to find the leaks. Go through the last 3 months of bank and credit card statements. Every subscription, every convenience app, every automatic renewal is on trial for its life. Call your car insurance, your cell phone provider, and ask your cable company. You can ask nicely but firmly for a better rate. Be relentless. Every dollar you claw back now is a dollar you can redirect. And as you cut expenses, your number one priority is to build what I call a freedom fund. Emergency fund is just too boring for something this important. This fund is your ticket to freedom. It's the money that lets you walk away from a toxic job, survive a layoff, or handle a huge medical bill without torching your financial life. In your 20s, 3 to 6 months of expenses was fine. Now, with a mortgage and dependents, you should aim for 6 to 12 months of essential living expenses parked in a high-yield savings account where it's safe but still earning interest. And step 3, weaponize your debt and consolidate your life. Not all debt is created equal. A mortgage is one thing, but high-interest consumer debt, so credit cards, personal loans, car notes with crazy rates, is a direct attack on your future. Paying it off isn't just a good idea, it's your top priority. If you go back and watch the money milestones in your 20s video that I posted, you'll see that I have this as a major milestone. Choose your weapon, the debt snowball method, so that's paying it the smallest debts off for the quick motivating wins, or the debt avalanche method, so paying off the highest interest debts first to save the most money. Either way, get aggressive. Once the debt is gone, you must immediately redirect that old payment amount towards your next target or into your investments. So think of it this way. Paying off a 22% rate credit card is like getting a guaranteed 22% return on your money. And you can't beat that, not even in the stock market. Finally, consolidate your life. If you've had a few jobs, you probably have a few old 401ks scattered around. Roll them over into a single single IRA. It makes it easier to manage, likely reduces your fees, and gives you a much clearer picture of your retirement progress. In this financially complicated decade, simplicity is going to be your superpower. So how am I personally dealing with this phase of life? First off, no credit card debt. I kind of realized the point system was a scam, so I use my credit card for groceries, I pay it off in full, and then I use my debit card for most things. Personally, I just like the simplicity, and it really helps me manage my budget without overspending. I also have 2 young kids, and while we have childcare support, I chose to take a step back from work temporarily to be with them and spend more time with them. This was a financial decision, but also a quality of life decision. They're only little for a short amount of time, and I really wanted to prioritize being with them. I should be totally honest too, I don't have it all figured out. I'm feeling the squeeze just like you. I have a mortgage payment and a car to pay for. Luckily, we don't have a loan, but there are still maintenance, gas, and insurance costs. And there's less money left over at the end of the month. But I know that with my retirement capital, we'll still be on track. So I'm okay with sacrificing and practicing a bit of delayed gratification at the moment. This part of life is intense in a lot of different ways. And I know once all the craziness is over, I'll look back fondly on the memories and I'll miss it. Look, if you're feeling broke on a 6-figure salary, I want you to hear this. It is not your fault. It is not a personal failure. It is a structural problem of being in your 30s. Your income grew, but your life grew faster. The great lie, the number on your offer letter belongs to you. The truth is, it belongs to your taxes, your debts, and your responsibilities first. Your job is to claim a piece of it back for your future. So here's your one takeaway. Don't get overwhelmed and try to do all 3 steps at once. Just do this. Log into your payroll or bank account right now and automate one single transfer. Just one. Increase your 401k contribution by 1% or set up $50 automatic transfer to a new savings account. Start building the muscle memory of paying yourself first. You can build from there because the path to financial freedom in your 40s is paved by the automated decisions that you make today. If you want to go deeper on how to invest your money that you're now saving, check out my video on how to 10x your money and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.